Ladies and gentlemen, from the lovely California desert, we are live and we are bad. How is everybody? What am I missing? Chris Greenaways. First, I'm a hurting unit. What's wrong, Chris? How are you, brother? Spencer's Drink Reviews and Chugs. Howdy, Spencer. How's the week, man? How have you been? Man, I really look like that, huh? That sucks. You guys got to see that. I'm sorry. I'll do a podcast instead. I'm not getting any lag, am I? I am kind of in the middle of nowhere. Chris Greenway saying, pull the back and side muscle remodeling our exterior. I'm sorry to hear about that, Chris. It's not like a rib thing, is it? Like his back and side is kind of a rib thing. Spencer's been doing good. Brian M. in the chat. Howdy, Brian. I saw your text from earlier, brother, but I was hanging out with the boy. I didn't get a chance to reply. I think that the Rust-Oleum would be good on the Traeger. Just touch it up. Yeah, if you guys hadn't seen, like I said, I didn't do a video of it or anything. Should have done a video of giving you that Traeger, Brian. I didn't think of that. I always assume people don't want to be on camera, but I guess that's kind of what I do now to some degree. So I guess if you're going to hang out with me, you might end up on camera. I don't know. Kind of a weird dynamic there. Chris Green was saying Hobo Ari from the bench with the only acquisition he owns, a pastel blue truck. That's actually not my truck. That just happens to be here. That is a 19, I think it's a 66 C30. Hey, maybe next time then, Brian. But yeah, guys, I actually gave Brian kind of pawned it off on him since it was broken, but I gave him an old Traeger smoker, a pellet smoker, and some parts. It was broken, sitting in my storage for a long time. I'd been meaning to fix it, and I gave it to Brian, and he had it fixed within a few hours. We got Miss Olive Drab in the house. Howdy, Olive. Hubie from Hubie's Garage. Howdy, Hubie. Cheryl Alastra. Howdy, Cheryl. Lapagan. Dickie Tan. Terrence Seymour in the chat. He's saying, hey, guys, having Wi-Fi issues at work, but we'll stay around as much as I can. I appreciate you, Terrence. Yeah, Cheryl, sorry about the wind. I'm in the middle of the California desert. It's pretty windy out here. It's actually really nice, though. Dickie Farley. Howdy, brother. Hubie saying, that ain't San Juan Capistrano. No, I'm out in Joshua Tree right now, Hubie. The lady rented a place for the weekend. We're just hanging out over here. Dickie saying, bring the likes. Thanks, Dickie. Appreciate you, brother. All it says, just for you, Dickie. Yeah, sorry, Cheryl. If the wind's too much, I wouldn't feel bad if you tuned out. I know it gets annoying, but it was either this or pretty much that my son would be hosting the live stream. It was the only way to get any space. Brian M. saying, perfect time of year to be there. Yeah, it's nice right now. It's been 70-something degrees. It probably got a little over 80, but it's so breezy all day that it didn't matter. And there's an above-ground pool here, too, so I was just lounging. I've been lazy today. My project cars and shit in the chat. Howdy, brother. Cheers, guys. Oh, man. Yeah, it's nice out here, though. It's just nice and quiet. You know, I really appreciate that. All I can hear is the wind through these, I think they're salt cedars. I don't know what kind of trees they are. I think they're salt cedars. It's real nice. And the owner of this property randomly has this quote-unquote project truck. I'm like, damn, this thing's nicer than my truck. Mexican Specs in the chat. Hubie's Garage is saying, when you said desert, I thought you meant lost wages. The wind isn't bad at all. We have a condo off of Gene Autry Trail. Oh, dang, that's awesome, Hubie. It's good. I like Palm Springs a lot too. I forget what is it? I forget exactly what the place is called. The place with the date orchard. Those date shakes are good. Yeah, really quiet out here though. Once the wind dies down, there's no one bothering you. Pretty cool. Bad 66 Chevelle's in the chat saying, "What's up, buddy? How are you? Enjoy all your shorts." Thanks, brother. How are you, man? How's the other week treat you? I'm doing well. Just hanging out over here Sunday evening. I'm really glad you enjoy the shorts, man. I always try to just do if I see something cool, I try to capture it on camera best I can. I mean, that's kind of the point of the channel, you know. I run it like just driving the truck around. I thought it was cool, so I started to share it with people. I thought it was kind of unique. Just, you know, that's the point. Bad 66 is saying, "I love the hood on your truck. Looks so nice." Thanks, man. It needs a lot of work, but I love that shape, man. That was what really attracted me to the body style. This 66 back here ain't too bad. Mexican Spec's asking if I'm burying a body or I'm in the desert for something else. No, Mexican Spec, I don't even have a shovel. I would never do that. Yeah, Brian M saying Indio. Yeah, pretty much, man. I'm a little out here. I'm like probably 20 miles outside of 29 Palms. There really isn't much out here. Hubie's Garage is saying Palm Springs was the bomb back in the day. It was Mecca for spring break. I was downtown with some buds when the riot broke out. That ended it for the spring breakers. Damn, Hubie, I never heard about that. One-Eyed Cat is in the chat. Howdy, Don. How are you? Mexican Spec saying, I lived in Las Vegas for 10 years. The desert was for getting rid of problems. I love the desert out there. Red Rock, it's pretty. And the fireworks you can get on those reservations, my God. Project Cars is saying, now us Italians would have a shovel. Yeah. Landed Custom Classics in the chat. Howdy, Mike. How are you, brother? Bad 66 Chevelle is saying, Hubie sent me stickers in the mail a while back. Thank you again, Hubies. So Hubies in Uncle Tony's garage a while ago. Yeah, the 1960 and 61 trucks are the ones that have those different hoods. I love them, man. Especially the 60 because it has those straight louvers as opposed to the other ones that the 61 has. It's very unique in its own way. First year of the body change. Don's saying the front end is getting closer to finished, a bit more cleaning and paint under the fender. Parts are all blasted and painted. Damn, man. Cousin Mike's doing. Buff Del Campo in the chat. Turbo Del Campo saying somehow I missed your first 7 minutes. Well, you didn't miss much, Buff. I'm just sitting down here in the middle of the desert. And it's a real pretty evening. It's quiet. Mexican Spec saying you need good hinges with your hood. That falls on you, rest in peace. I could use some new ones. I think that's why it's cocked up so much in the back. I think those hinges have seen better days. There's some play in one of them. I could probably just fix it. Terrence, how's Mr. Greaves? Buff Del Campo saying, I love the desert. Spent many years in Yuma, Arizona. Yuma's pretty, Buff. All those crazy dunes. You feel like you're on another planet. Chris Cadman in the chat. Howdy, Chris. How's the pup? Bad 66 Chevelle's is saying I'm doing pretty good. Working on too many things at once. Too many irons in the fire. Building the 57 Plymouth from scratch and working on my 59 Biscuit today. The dark here, I have something interested on hood hinges. Let's hear it, brother. Mike N32451's in the chat. So just remember, never split 10. Always split aces. Nice. Buff Del Campo saying it's extremely windy where you are tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry, Buff. If the noise is too much, turn me down. I'm sorry, man. It was either this or pretty much have my son hijack the live because there's no way he's letting me talk to anybody without adding in his 2 cents. Beaker 138 in the chat. Howdy, Beaker. Olive saying desert's cool to see, but I don't think I could live there. Well, it ain't too bad, Olive. I assume, a lot of folks just kind of chill inside with the AC. There's misters on this house and all kinds of awnings and stuff. I'd be worried about working, you know, trying to get out in the garage when it's 110, 120 degrees. That sounds crazy. Dougster's in the chat. One-Eyed Cat saying, wind is wreaking havoc on your mic. Yeah, it's not really, it's going. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna check out this truck a little bit with you guys. This was randomly here. Look at the headlight. Oh, the guide light says 60, but oh, come on, man. Spin that camera around. It says 60, but I'm pretty sure this is a 66, and it's a C30, so it's a 1-ton truck, long bed, step side. It's got some dents, but being out here in the desert, you can see there's not a bit of rust on the thing. Well, actually, a little tiny bit. That looks like some of my sheet metal work right there. Hey, Brother Bear in the chat. How are you doing, brother? But yeah, this whole thing, apparently the owner here called it his project, but I don't call them projects. I call them trucks because they could still work. But you guys check it out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is a 292 inline 6. And if you can see back there, that is the makings of an SM465. So this thing's ready to work. This is a seriously tough truck. Perfect for out here. In the middle of the desert, you get yourself an electric fan, you'll never have an issue in the world. But this thing's got, it's had some mishaps. Real basic. Yeah, project. Well, this thing makes my truck makes this thing look nice. This isn't a project. Look at this door. I've seen some better days. Got an extra hood in here. Best part, Chevrolet. But yeah, guys, the beautiful California desert at sunset. Add 66 Savels is saying Hubie's Garage will like this one. 55 to 56 Bel Air hood hinges are the exact same as the other. The exact same, other than the top mount bolts to the actual hood are the exact same as a 57, 58 Plymouth. You can swap the top. Here we go. Let's see how much I've missed. Pop Rivets, he says he loves it. Hey, LB Bruin 79 in the chat. Welcome, brother. How are you? Barrow's Garage is saying take her on home. Mohawk 62 in the chat. Howdy, Mohawk. LB Bruins, I'm enjoying it, man. It's pretty out here. It's quiet, and it's a pleasant change to the normally urban environment that I'm in. So I'm enjoying that much. Hubie's Garage is saying 465 trans, love and hate relationship. I speed shifted one once. If Hubie can't shift it, there's something wrong. Hubie can shift. Again, sorry about the wind, guys. I know it's probably pretty crazy. I just wanted to make sure to go live for a little while and acknowledge everybody, say hello to folks. I'll probably stay on here for another 15 minutes or so. LB Bruin 79 is saying, you can forget about all the stupid people out there for sure. Yeah, there's nobody here. I've seen, well, the neighbor on the next property over was kind enough. He's got a playground set up for his grandchildren. He was saying we could bring my son over there and use the playground. Besides that, I haven't talked to anybody for a couple of days, and that's nice. Chris Cadman saying, found an early 70s Chevy tow truck in my friend's backyard where he is renting. The landlord says it's junk. Might have a diamond in the rough. Ad Zero saying, alive with your face. What's going on, Ad Zero? LB Bruins saying good. Ain't nobody speaks good English anyway. Yep. Yeah, Brother Bear, I'd drag this truck home if I could. I would love it. A 1 ton with that 292. That would be a pretty serious truck. Could haul bricks with this thing right now. It's a tough truck. Wish I could take her home. Beaker 138. I'm outside of Joshua Tree, California. Just Southern California desert. Endless, vast. Sun setting. LB Bruins. It's a 292 in this thing, so it's the newer generation. It's 6-cylinder, but it's the heavy duty one. The 292 is the one they put into tow trucks and whatnot. Barrow's Garage is saying probably 614 kilos. Barrow's Garage is saying I thought it looked like Joshua. Yeah, I'm out here, man. I'm out here. The park's kind of over. Oh, come on, camera. Don't work with me now. The park's probably over the mountains over there. Oh, Hubie wants to see the Coachella Valley sunset. I'll get it for you. When it's night, all the crickets are calling, and coyotes, they're beginning to wail. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Yeah, there you go, Hubie. Dougster saying, Ari, if you brought that truck home, it would be Pears, because it's Peach's sister. Yes, Pears. Bad 66 Chevelles is saying my Biscayne had a 235. Badass. LB Bruins is saying, is that Clint Eastwood I see riding in from the east? Yes. Cue the High Plains Drifter music. Chris Cadman saying, all you need is a bill of sale and it's not a theft because you're good in Ontario, Canada. Nice. One-Eyed Cat saying, Dean Martin wannabe? Yes. Yes. It's my rifle, my pony, and me, Don. Yeah, there ain't nothing out here. And that's kind of the appeal. Really ain't much. My Project Cars and shit saying my 1-ton tow truck has a 465, but it has a V8 in front. V8 makes more sense, but the fact that they put that cylinder, you know, they put that much work on that 6-cylinder is kind of hilarious to me. Barrow's Garage is saying my wife is down there right now, bocking it for a week. Nice. LB Bruins, thanks, brother. I'm trying, man. Dougster saying Ari is way too sober to be Dean Martin. Yeah, let me get a half a bottle of single malt in me, then I'll sing for you. Oh man. Ad Zero saying a kid at work referenced Clint Eastwood. He's saying that guy, super old director dude. That's who Clint Eastwood is to you. Oh man. Barman 1978 in the chat. Howdy, Jeremiah. Yeah. You know what's funny is I watched that movie Cry Macho with Clint Eastwood, and he's old. He's old, and he's old, but he's acting. And that was the weirdest part about the movie to me, is seeing Clint Eastwood actually act. Like he was actually acting. He wasn't just squinting. Chris Cadman saying, same as motorcycles, they've been buying bikes that way for decades. That sounds convenient. The system here is a little backwards, depending on which state you're in. They'll be Bruin saying, hold on, Granny, hell is coming to breakfast. Yes. My Project Cars is saying, if I ever find an NV 4500, that 465 will be history. I'll buy the 465 from you, just to have on hand. You know what's funny is one of the guys who recently started watching my videos, his name's Gustavo. He was telling me about a 454 and a 400 trans for sale up near LA. And the price is pretty good, guys. And you know how I am about hoarding things. Olive's saying Clint's actually a great actor, sometimes debate chairs, but hey. No, Clint's great. Hubie's Garage is saying my square body crew cab had the 465 and a 383 stroker turning it. Only broke the 465 once when I speed shifted. Oh man. You got away with transmissions from what, you don't really tell the full story. Hubie's got away with those transmissions. Chris Cadman saying no ownership equals cheap sale. If you know the laws. Hey, Charlie Roma's in the chat saying hello, Ari. What's up, everybody? Not a Charlie, man. I'm out in the California desert. Just got the cowboy sunset over there. I was probably just gonna lean on a post and smoke a little bit. I don't know. Whoop our man saying Clint Eastwood, aka Josie. 3 things come from Kansas: sunshine, sunflowers, and sons of bitches. Old red legs. Yeah. But yeah, this old C30 could use some love. I'll leave this guy a card or something, get him some glass, get him some parts. All right, let's see if this one's correct. Yeah. Yeah, I was right. She's a 66. I was right. Broken clock effect, twice a day. But it's kind of funny to think about, you know what I mean? A truck like this, it looks like it's stuck, but you know, I mean, obviously that tire's a little bit beyond air, but you air up the tires, you got a battery. It doesn't even have to be a good battery. Push start this damn thing, a little bit of gas, you get this truck running like nobody's business. You know, so when the bombs finally drop, it's good to have a truck like this. That was for you, BNR. Every day is doomsday. Mexican Spec saying Charlie Roma, he's not bearing a body. In case you're going to ask, we already cleared that up. Live stream from shallow gravesite with Ari DeBerry. Oh man. Hubie's Garage is saying, I didn't even tell you about the 84 Vet that I rented for prom. I was 17, spun it out, did a 360 on the freeway, and turned it back into the rental company with a fried trans. Yes. So what's your transmission count, Hubie? How many have you destroyed? Yeah, Zero saying Dead Horses Car Club, first rule, it will run, we believe. Chris Cadman saying, found a Black Widow in my trailer today all the way up in Ontario, Canada. Damn. Beaker 138, no, I don't. I wish I had a camper. I've been heavily considering buying one, at least just a tent trailer or something to get the family out a little more, because the kid loves it. The lady's very low maintenance, and we enjoy this kind of stuff. So, but no, we rented a place out here. Mopar man saying the tumble and tumble, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found. Bad 66 of saying, you ever had a Biscayne or Bel Air or Apache? Bad 66, my truck is technically an Apache. It's an Apache 10, which is right before they started with the C10 designation. So it's technically an Apache, but it's not that first generation Apache. Never had a Biscayne or a Bel Air, but I would love one. I would love a 60 Bel Air if I could have one. Oh my God. All I'm saying, I used to have a Black Widow in my bathroom. She wasn't hurting anything. I just called her Mrs. Doom. I would have stepped on it all over. It's very diplomatic of you, but I can't do it. Auto Salvage Outlaws in the chat. It's not my truck. I'm staying out at a property in the desert. It's the owner's. 672 Galaxy in the chat saying, hello, Ari. Hello, all. Welcome, brother. How are you? Dougster saying, Ari, wish you could come camp in Michigan. You might not want to leave until winter hits. Man, some of the pictures you sent were pretty beautiful when you were talking about Narden's Knob and whatnot. It seemed really nice out there. I didn't realize there was marshland. Hubie's Garage is saying, Ari, do you need a stock cast Tri-5 bell housing with the side motor mounts? I could use it, Hubie. I think it would be a lot easier to adapt with what I have. to the V8, and I think it would also be the same diameter for the output shaft housing on that Saginaw. I think it would be the proper diameter because the bell housing that I have is for a larger diameter output housing. Yeah, output shaft housing. I'm saying it right? I do that sometimes. Mr. Galaxy's doing well. Glad to hear it. Chris Cadman saying Mexican spec. We have rattlesnakes up here also. Yeah, they're all over the place, man. Doug's saying are the Porcupine Mountains in the Upper Peninsula. Bad 66 is saying I never realized an A body is Chevelle. Obviously, a C body is a truck and a K body is a four-wheel drive, and a G body is 80s, I think, but E body is a van. I think A, B, and C body. Is that correct? I'm not sure on that one. I lose designation. I know G bodies. Someone had to, I think Olive had to explain to me what a Panther body is a couple months ago, but I lose those designations. There's certain things I know and there's certain things I just don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those, it's a mixed knowledge that I picked up through the years. That's a lot of the reason I like talking to you guys. I'm always learning something, always. Dougster's, on point with the history. Hubie too. Hubie's got a lot of, just insane knowledge, especially when it comes to Tri-5s. Obviously more than that, but a lot of depth when it comes to Tri-5 knowledge. But yeah, I lose track. Oh, that's a big old skeeter. Hell no. I've seen a couple camel spiders since I've been out here, but not any big ones. Been threatening my son, saying I'm going to find one and make it attack him. He's 5. Hubie's Garage is saying I'm going to chase parts next week, and I have 5 places to go. One guy has a bell housing for $50. I will grab the steering column and the bell housing for you too. Hey, if it's not a pain in the ass, Hubie, I'll pay you for it. You need any help with anything, just let me know, man. I need an excuse to, avoid work. I do. Buff, my son's 5. Mopar Man saying, I love watching poisonous snakes explode with double-aught buck. Damn, talk about overkill. Could have killed him with the number 9 bird shot. He's got double-aught buck. Liquid snake. Oh, man. Mexican spec saying your son will be 18 soon enough. Yeah, the poor guy. That's proof that the world is a cruel place. He has me for a father. Proof. Ad Zero saying, the old scare your child with stories of huge spiders. Ad Zero, I actually caught one last night. I caught a little camel spider. It wasn't a very big one, but I made sure to come show him. He was very intrigued. He wanted to go look for him. He wanted to find camel spiders and snakes and vinegaroons. You can tell he's my kid. He's into the creepy stuff. But I caught a little spider and I showed him and he was like, whoa! He didn't want to get too close to it, but he was still interested by it. So that's something. 672 Galaxy saying, yes, indeed, it goes fast. I can't even believe he's gonna be 6 in a couple months, and it's just, oh my God. Bad 66 asking if I ever had to put in floor pans. No, I've had to take them out of a 60 Cadillac, and I'm kind of watching some of the guys install them, but I'm not on that project right now, so I haven't really gotten a chance to. My biggest thing is I don't know why people stitch weld in floor pans. They're supposed to be spot welded. I feel like it's easier, but a lot of people stitch weld them in. So I think that's the only thing I would avoid. I know if I did it, that's the only thing I know I'd avoid. All I'm saying, haven't had to kill any of the snakes around here, but have gotten close. Also, rattlers really don't belong here. Chris Cadman saying smoke time. Hubie's saying I need help running the gasser at Pomona for the In-N-Out 75th anniversary. I bought tickets, so I have to go now. The 55 hasn't been down the track since 64. So she is re-emerging. I have to be there for that, Hubie. You count me in. I'm there, man. Whatever you need. At zero, I did see a brown, like a little brown mantis. It was tiny though. It looked like a little tiny stick. Mopar Man saying if you have a UV light, scorpions glow at night. Eesh. Dougster saying he doesn't have it that bad, Ari. At least during his life, he knows who his dad is. Anyone can be a father, but special guys are dads. Thanks, Doug. I try my best. You know what I mean? That's a generational thing. I feel like a lot of people my age aren't as involved as I am. You know, but I just try to do dad stuff with him. I read to him. I show him things. I scare him with things. You know, just dad stuff. Zero saying, Hubies, if I can, I would love to help, dude. Seriously. Hubie, don't let Ad Zero help. He's just going to come and steal your rags. Bad 66 is saying spot welding's a lot easier. Mopar Man 1978 scorpions glow at night. Neat. Yeah, you got to try it. Yeah, I see a lot of people stitch welding in their floor pans and stuff. There was a guy on OfferUp or something was like advertising the fact that he'd replaced floor pans in this car recently, and he'd done it really horribly. I mean, I guess everybody's got a different standard. At least there's not a hole in the floor. He did whatever he could, but in the same breath, it's like I don't know if I would flaunt that as like the main reason you're trying to upcharge your vehicle. That's your thing. Yeah, that's true, but I'm also helpful. Hey, Hubie's saying I was hoping you'd say that. I'd love to have you along. Yeah, Hubie, Zero's a lifelong friend of mine. Obviously, we call each other brothers. We're brethren. Very good dude to have around. Very smart dude. Very smart dude. I miss when I had a garage. You know, at Zero would come by and, you know, work on the dart a little bit. We'd hang out. I'd barbecue some. But now that I don't really have a garage, we don't get a chance to hang out as much as we used to. Hey, Dakota's in the chat. Mopar Man's asking Ari, how can you tell Dolly Parton's kids from a crowd? Tell me, Mopar Man, tell me. Dakota's timeout is in the chat. Dakota, how are you, brother? Brethren. This chat keeps getting frozen. Bad 66 is saying, I see flashlights scattered around late at night, people in the middle of the desert chasing poor scorpions. They're a good band, too. Nice. You be saying I can hide the rags? No, that Zero's a great help. We've worked real jobs together, which is kind of funny to me. So, I mean, we can get a lot done while still running our mouths the entire time. LB Bruins 79 is saying, Ari and gentle souls, have a great night and a safe Memorial Day. LB Bruins, thanks so much for stopping in, brother. Always glad to speak to you. And I hope you have a happy Memorial Day and a great week. Make sure to check your fluids. Dakota is saying, Ari, did you see my latest video? No, Dakota, I'm unenlightened. I need to turn on notifications for your channel. I don't know why they're not on. But what did I miss? Ad Zero saying today was testing. Fix my flat spot in the idle. Hello from Old Marvel Mystery Oil and hauling ass. Except for getting caught hauling ass. Oh, damn. Carmudgeon's in the chat. He's saying I'm a good enough perfectionist. I want it perfect, but settle for good enough. I'm right with you, Carmudgeon. I'm right with you. You know what I mean? I'll do as best I can, but I find if I try to go over my work too much, that's when it kind of degrades. You know, that's when I mess something up. It's like the fourth time I reinstall something, that's when it gets scratched or whatever. So good enough's good for me. Mexican Spec saying, Carmudgeon, I gave up perfection. My motto is not good, but better. I like that one a lot, Mexican Spec. Bad 66 Chevelles is saying, is your 235 the original? Yeah, it is. It's technically a numbers matching truck, but it's been rebuilt. When I took it apart the last time, I saw that the pistons are 40 over and it's got a helicoil there on the deck, so it's definitely been rebuilt at some point or another. I don't know when. Dougster dropped two videos on Shop Truck. You see, I got to turn on notifications for your channel too, Doug. I'm sorry about that. At Zero saying, Dakota, keep at the short videos. It worked out for Brother Ari. Yeah, I mean, because my attention span's not longer than 15 seconds. You know, I had to. At Zero saying, plus, we'll keep promoting you on the Uncle Lives. You know, he'll be cool with it. Of course. Cousin Mike is back. Oh, I miss Mopar Man's. Mopar Man saying by the stretch marks on the sides of the. Damn, that's good. Oh, man. My Project Cars and shit saying I have to get better at making short videos. It's kind of tough. You know, for me, it's easy because it's like I'll be working or driving or something. I just want to share a little bit of what I'm doing. So it's not tough, but, you know. Bad 66 is saying, what was the boss complaining about when he painted the air cleaner on the short? I thought it turned out awesome. I'd like to find an old 235, but they're hard to find. I thought about putting a 250. 250 would be a better bet, man. The 235s are nice, but there's only so much you can do with them. Parts are harder to find, and there's not really a lot of interchangeability with later 60s parts. So, I mean, a 250 is good because you can run a turbo 350 or an aluminum power glide on it, something a little more modern. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad swap. He was upset that I had not painted the inside of the oil bath filter. And I was kind of pissed off because I had put the finishing touches on this and was pretty much ready to install it. And then he comes up and he's like, no, you can't leave it like that, blah, blah, blah. What if he takes the filter off and sees that the inside isn't painted? And then he called it poor workmanship. So he pretty much just like pushed my asshole button at that point. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting any good work out of me for the rest of the day. So... You know, I fixed it, and then he was trying to find other issues. He wanted it done differently. He does this a lot, where he wants things done differently than he expresses. The same thing just happened with that T-Bird, because he wanted to replace the copper lines on the T-Bird, but only a portion of the plumbing was copper. So I thought that I would only replace the copper portions with copper and leave the steel steel. But he wanted to replace everything in copper, which he did not express. So it ended up like 2 or 3 trips to the hardware store because of that, which is fine. You know what I mean? It's more his thing than mine, so I don't know. Mohawk saying, gotta go, guys. Have a great night and a great Memorial Day. Fun live, Ari. Thanks. Thanks so much, Mohawk. Glad to have you always. I need to talk to you about doing a Dale Senior airbrush mural on my truck. No, I'm just kidding. Have a great week, brother. Check your fluids. But yeah, he wanted me to paint the inside of the oil bath filter. And I was like, you know, no matter how much I prep this thing, the oil, I mean, the oil bath filter is basically a percolator that catches dirt. You know, the insert for the oil bath is basically just Brillo pads. So you're going to be sucking dirt and pieces of Brillo through this thing. It's going to scrape the paint off. You're going to get, the oil's going to peel the paint up. Eventually the engine's going to ingest this, which may not even be a big deal. But my thought was just like, don't paint it. But Dakota, yes, I do get paid by the hour. That's why I don't use power tools. Bad 66 is asking, what's the bore and stroke of a 235? I should know that, Bad 66. I'll have to look it up, man. No, I don't mind you asking at all, man. Like I said, I was just pissed off that day. You know, he said poor workmanship when I'm like going through the, you know, I mean, I polished the brass fittings on this damn thing. I put my ass into that work, and he's like, oh, it's poor workmanship. Rusted Junk in the garage, Rusted Junk Garage in the chat. Welcome, brother. How are you? How are you, Steve? Dickie Farley saying, me and you are definitely the same, Ari. I'm one of them people. If I like you anyway, we're friends. You don't have to praise me, but don't give me negative comments if you want productivity. Oh, yeah. Dougster saying the mural of Richard Petty. Hubie saying, if anyone wants to go to the Pomona Raceway for the In-N-Out Burger 75th anniversary party, you can buy them at inandout.com. It's October 22nd. First Responder Garage is in the set saying, RE, how's it going? It's going well, man. How did that water pump turn out? I had to tune out of that live. But Chris Cadman's saying, raced a Prius streetlight to streetlight with my Honda Grom today and lost. I feel ashamed. Hey, those Priuses pick up, man. Just because people drive them slow doesn't mean they're slow. All I'm saying, communication is kind of key in auto mechanics in many ways. Don't realize, like, if you can interview the customer about what's going on. Yeah, there's a lot of breakdowns like that. You know what I mean? The work order will express something different than the customer wanted, and then also something different than what the boss wanted. So I get kind of stuck in the middle there. Cousin Mike just linked Miss Cheryl Alastra's mango float recipe. That's definitely worth a wash. Doug's saying this is an awesome change of pace from The Office. Yeah, The Office is opaque and pretty boring. You know what I mean? I should probably just start dragging the lives out to my truck or something at least. Opar Man saying going to be getting the Cherry Bomb Vortex muffler this week from Summit Racing. Going to be installing it on the folks 2007 Chevy Silverado with a 1500 4.AY single exhaust. Get rid of the POS factory box. Nice, man. First responder garage is saying no water pump yet. It's off and that's it. Mexican Spec saying somewhere along the way your boss got the idea he could talk to you like that. That has to be shut down. Yeah, I do my best, Mexican Spec. It's hard for me to. There's a fine line between like me asserting myself and like, damn it, I just hit that guy. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's all right. The guy, you know what I mean? He's just stressed out, and me being on the bottom of the totem pole, it ends up on me. Probably because I'm a more reasonable guy too, but not that I approve of that, but it's just kind of the dynamic, I guess. BNR Racing in the chat. Howdy, Brian. Every day is doomsday, brother. Buff saying the wind calmed down. It's still a breezy, but it's not as direct. I don't think it's maybe the angle I have the phone. Like I said, I'm sorry if it's bothering your ears, brother. I missed a comment from Brian M, I think. Let's see. Sorry, Brian. This stuff's small and I am blind. Picking with Pickles in the chat. Howdy, Pickle. Goes well, man. Just out here yapping with everybody. Poor man saying, all right, tell him if you wanted any crap from him, you'd squeeze his head. Like I said, you know what I mean? I like the guy a lot. He's a good friend. He gave me my first kind of leg up and opportunity in the industry with restoration and stuff. And he's a smart dude. I learned a lot from him. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of good ideas, and I got respect for the guy. But in the same breath, he gets very petty, and I don't know. He's always searching for discrepancies with my work, which I guess is his job. You know what I mean? If he comes up and says, hey, that could be better, that's kind of the guy's job. So it's hard, I just try to be mature about it. EB's Garage said, I know how that is. I lost my dad to that last year, among other things. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Brian M., you're the man. Brian is a good dude. Invited me over, gave me some produce from the garden. First Responder Garage is saying, take the hits and smile. Remember, if they're mad at you, they care. If they didn't care about your work, they wouldn't say anything. Yeah, First Responder, I try to be mature about it. You know what I mean? A lot of me, it's not like I'm lazy. It's not like I care about redoing the work. It's just, I'm pretty clumsy. I mean, no, I do all right. I just, the more, I feel like sometimes when you make me go through things too much, the more I have my hands on the work, I feel like the more, it's like it's like in the Goonies when they're trying to break the deposit bottle and they're like, hey, Chunk, check out this water bottle. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just don't like going over my work too much, I feel like it leaves a lot of chances for error when you're just assembling and disassembling things. BNR saying every YouTube prepper channel declared World War III now. Well, Brian, you better can some pickles for me or something, brother. GTI Warriors saying, I'm that asshole that would start doing everything exactly as he said until he realized he needs to communicate better. Yeah, Chris, I'm about there, man. That's what I started doing. I'm like, hey, man, I misunderstood what you're saying. Like he was talking about this bracket the other day. It was a simple bracket. It was two bends on this little bracket. You know what I mean? And he was trying to make it super complicated. It was to hold in a vent in the center console on that CUDA. I'm like why? I'm like, why is the piece the bracket that retains the vent going to be more complicated than the bracket that retains the control for the entire vintage air system? You know, I don't know. Picking with Pickle saying, got to be positive and work hard. I'm sure you do great work. Thanks, Pickle. I try my best. I really do try my best. Sometimes I have a lot of like little weird habits from like the necessity, like the shade tree stuff, me getting my truck running, bare minimum stuff that I do. I get bad habits from that, and a lot of bad habits from plumbing too that don't translate well into automotive work. Bad 66 saying, I love the Goonies movie. That's so cool. Wasn't it filmed in California? Bad 66, I think it was filmed in Astoria, Oregon. Olive saying, usually I just try to be sure that we're clear on what's wanted and all. People think I forget that though, and often don't have the clearest idea themselves. Chris's dog says hi. She's a fan, yes. Very flatulent fan. Hubie's saying, your boss would never make it over in China. Quality control is high on his list. First responder saying, what happened? I got here late. First responder, we were just talking about that incident I had with the oil bath air filter. My boss freaking out because I didn't paint the inside of it. Barrow's Garage is saying, I hear you, Ari. My dad is the same way. Some nights I would come home shaking mad, but I do get it now. Yep, I think I get it anyway. Bad 66 is saying there was a Mopar police car in the Goonies. Yeah, they had both of them. They had the satellites and they had the Polaris. As a kid, I didn't understand why one police car was so much bigger than the other. BNR, you seem to be unclear about who controls Belarus and his puppet. Oh, God. No politics, guys. I'm too dumb for that. Dougster saying, I had an arrogant and thankless boss when I worked as a mechanic at the asphalt company. His way of dealing with problems were raises, then not fixing the problems. The day I finally left, a huge weight left. Oh, I can imagine. All of saying, my dad was a Marine. My dad was a Marine cop, an engineer. Precise communication was pretty ingrained. GTI saying, I'm off for Telly, drove an XJ. An XJ was nice too. Bad 66 saying, I love the 67 GTX. I want one so bad. Mike N32451 saying, I have to go watch Goonies again. Totally missed that. Yeah, it's in the intro, that police chase. And D saying, hello, just got here. First responder grudge beat me to the question. I was just complaining about my boss a little bit, Ant. He was having a bad attitude about some stuff about a month ago now. Well, he always has a bad attitude about stuff, but what's a boss for? Olive, every day is doomsday. Every day. That's B&R Racing's slogan. Every day is doomsday. It's not a bad way to live. So it's like tomorrow's extra. If today is doomsday and tomorrow's extra, right? All right, though, guys. I'm probably going to call it an evening. Get back in there with the family and everything. I just wanted to make sure to pop on and say hello to everybody out here in the desert. Make sure to come speak with you guys on this lovely Memorial Day weekend. Picking with Pickles says, I'm doing firewood and small engine repair and some farming for a living. I'm a busy man, but I'm my own boss. Pickle, that sounds like a good way to go, man. Saying have a good night. you seen my Biscayne project before you go? Bad 66. I don't know if I think I've seen a couple of videos, but I may be confused. I'm gonna have to check them out though. I gotta watch your video, I gotta watch Doug's video, and I gotta watch Dakota's video. But yeah, everybody, have a happy Memorial Day. As happy as you can, obviously. Remember to memorialize. No, I'm just kidding. Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Be safe out there. Make sure to check your fluids. Thanks, Buff. I'm happy to be out here. Have a good one, everybody. Check your fluids.